A start of civilization is a location and a culture where civilization was created by humankind independent of other civilizations and other locations. The formation of urban settlement cities is the primary characteristic of a society that can be characterized as civilized. Other characteristics of civilization include a sedentary non-nomadic population, monumental architecture, the existence of social classes and inequality, and the creation of a writing system for communication. The transition from simpler societies to the complex society of a civilization is gradual. Among the various cradles of civilization is ancient Egypt. Pictured are the Giza pyramids. Scholars generally acknowledge 6 cradles of civilization. Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, ancient India, and ancient China are believed to be the earliest in the Old World. 1 to 3 cradles of civilization in the New World are the Cradle Soup civilization of coastal Peru and the Olmec civilization of Mexico. All of the cradles of civilization depended upon agriculture for sustenance except possibly Cradle Soup, which may have depended initially on marine resources. All depended upon farmers producing an agricultural surplus to support the centralized government, political leaders, priests, and public works of the urban centers of the civilization. Less formally, the term cradle of civilization is often used to refer to other historic ancient civilizations, such as Greece or Rome, which have both been called the cradle of Western civilization. The earliest signs of a process leading to sedentary culture can be seen in the Levant to as early as 12 BC, when the Nituian culture became sedentary. It evolved into an agricultural society by 10 BC for the importance of water to safeguard an abundant and stable food supply. Due to favorable conditions for hunting, fishing, and gathering resources, including cereals, provided an initial wide-spectrum economy that triggered the creation of permanent villages of 5. The earliest proto-urban settlements with several thousand inhabitants emerged in the Neolithic, which began in Western Asia in 10 BC. The first cities to house several tens of thousands were Uruk, Kish, and Eridu in Mesopotamia, followed by Susa and Elam and Memphis in Egypt, all by the 30th century BC. See historical urban community sizes. Historic times are marked apart from prehistoric times when records of the past begin to be kept for the benefit of future generations. 6 in written or oral form. If the rise of civilization is taken to coincide with the development of writing out of proto-writing, then the Near Eastern Chalcolithic, the transitional period between the Neolithic and the Bronze Age during the 4th millennium BC, and the development of proto-writing in Harappa in the Indus Valley of South Asia around 300 BC are the earliest instances, followed by Chinese proto-writing evolving into the oracle bone script, and again by the emergence of Mesoamerican writing systems from about 900 BC. In the absence of written documents, most aspects of the rise of early civilizations are contained in archaeological assessments that document the development of formal institutions and the material culture. A civilized way of life is ultimately linked to conditions coming almost exclusively from intensive agriculture. Gordon Childe defined the development of civilization as the result of 2 successive revolutions: the Neolithic Revolution of Western Asia, triggering the development of settled communities, and the Urban Revolution, which also first emerged in Western Asia, which enhanced tendencies towards dense settlements, specialized occupational groups, social classes, exploitation of surpluses, monumental public buildings, and writing. Few of those conditions, however, are unchallenged by the records. Dense cities were not attested in Egypt's Old Kingdom, unlike Mesopotamia, and cities had a dispersed population in the Maya area. 7. The Incas lacked writing, although they could keep records with quipus, which might also have had literary uses, and often monumental architecture preceded any indication of village settlement. For instance, in present-day Louisiana, researchers have determined that cultures that were primarily nomadic organized over generations to build earthwork mounds at seasonal settlements as early as 3400 BC. Rather than a succession of events and preconditions, the rise of civilization could equally be hypothesized as an accelerated process that started with incipient agriculture and culminated in the Oriental Bronze Age.